Brian Palavai Far here with Ricky Lightfoot before the 2014 Le Templiers race. How are you, Ricky?
Great. It's great to get some sort of winter sun from the UK.
Yeah, it's already winter up there.
Yeah, it's pretty cold and miserable, but yeah, we've had a good summer. Just the weather's turned a bit sour.
So these are pretty hot temperatures come end of the race tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, it's really cold in the morning, but sort of 12 o'clock midday strikes, it gets really hot. So I think hydration's going to be key on this race.
Yeah, and it's interesting because there's the hydration points can be pretty far apart on this one.
Yeah, they're pretty far apart, but I think we have got to carry water obviously, but I think they're sufficient enough for a race of it. This distance, which is what, it's 44 miles or something like that. So yeah, I think it's okay.
You'll make do.
Yeah, I mean, I train anyways to run without water, so
So you carry a handheld, something like a waist belt, a backpack? How are you approaching it?
I'm going to carry the new Salomon pack, which is basically a vest with 2 bottles on the front, 2 500ml bottles. So I'm going to give that a whirl tomorrow. Pretty
lightweight, the new one.
Yeah, it's pretty lightweight, and when you don't need to carry a lot for a race like this, I'll only be carrying the water and the other equipment which is meant to be carried. So yeah, it's pretty lightweight.
Which is pretty much nil. You have to carry the little card and a headlamp to start.
Yeah, exactly. So I maybe carry a couple of gels just in case, and I guess maybe set off with a jacket in the morning. I'm not sure yet. Wait and see in the morning.
Well, you're based in the UK. Have you raced in France at all?
Yeah, I've raced in France a few times. The last one being the maxi race in Annecy, which up until about 70k I was leading, but with the lack of training and the injury, the legs felt a bit, but I felt okay myself. It was just a struggle to the finish.
Did you find the aid stations, like the food and that sort of thing, were similar to the races in the UK, or was it quite different? Because for the Americans, it's quite different.
Yeah, I mean the races in the UK don't really have a lot of aid stations, to be honest. You maybe get your water at only a couple of points. So we train as quite self-sufficient for the race. I always set off with enough to finish the race, just in case there's no food what I need at the aid stations. But yeah, I mean, in the maxi race in Annecy was pretty well supported, and the aid stations were amazing. So it is good to have that sort of support in a race.
Unfortunately, you've had a bit of a down year this year. You've been battling injury.
Yeah.
How are you feeling now?
I mean, yeah. Now I'm sort of 3 weeks back into running, but to come to a race like this with such such a competitive field, it's going to be difficult, and it's hard because I would like to think this is a course what would suit me. So it's disappointing not to be at full capacity, but tomorrow is all about, for me, is enjoying the trail and training towards sort of next year and what races I have left for the rest of the year.
Since you're coming into it maybe a little undertrained or underprepared, are you going to approach the race any differently than you normally would?
Well, I think like I say, I'm just going to wait till, I never know what I'm going to do until the race actually starts, and I'll see the first couple of minutes of the race. But yeah, if I don't know what's going to happen during the race, and I'm not going to be a race to my full capacity, that's going to change the way I'm going to start the race. So wait and see how all the rest of the guys go out, and I'll make a decision.
Gotcha. Having been I've run most of the course yesterday. It's a good mix. There's a little bit of road, some double track, non-technical, and then some fairly technical trail. Like, how do you choose a pair of shoes for a race that has such a big mix of terrain?
Yeah, well, a race like that, obviously, it's each to their own, and everybody prefers a different kind of shoe. But I only run in sort of 3 or 4 shoes anyways. So I'll probably pick I've brought the Sense Soft Ground and the Fell Racer with us. So I'll probably go for the soft ground, to be honest. It's a good shoe for a mixture terrain. And I think that's what we're going to find tomorrow.
Yeah. What do you think of the team aspect? Because you've raced on the IAU Trail World Championships, which you have won.
Yeah.
And that was obviously a team aspect. What do you think about bringing it over into this unofficial context?
Yeah, I mean, it adds another sort of string to the bow, I guess, and you know, it makes it quite interesting for me. So tomorrow, if I am down and out, and you know, I'm thinking about packing in, or you know, struggling through a hard time, it's you know, there's a team to think about as well. So you know, maybe just pick it up and spray it on for that last little bit. But yeah, it's an interesting concept, and I hope it works.
Yeah, it's interesting because I mean, if you're, you know, in the top 3 or whatever, you're going for the win no matter what the setup. But if you're in 7th place and kind of having a pity party, you might be like,
exactly. Yeah, you know, you're more likely to pick it up a little bit and just, you know, work it to the finish rather than just sort of slogging it in.
Pack it in and say, I'm just going to use this as good training for North Face in a couple weeks.
That's it, exactly.
Will you be coming still to the States for that?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully it's still a bit off yet. You know, it's 7 week away, 8 week away, so I've still got a lot of time to get back up till full fitness, and you know, sort my knee out, sort my back out, and hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll be there whatever happens. But whether I'll compete is a different thing.
Well, best of luck this weekend, and have fun out there.
Thanks very much. Cheers.